This time on StandardBred. The late summer days all StandardBred breeders target.
Seeing them grow and develop from a young horse to, an end racing product, that's part of the excitement. And you ask anyone who's hooked on this game, that's why they get involved.
The New Zealand StandardBred Yearling Sales.
That's why I'm at the Yearling Sales this year, to try and get a slice of that.
StandardBred is supported by a stable of key players in the New Zealand StandardBred breeding and racing industries. Not all breeders of standardbreds have the Yearling Sales in mind, even if it is the biggest money event on any harness racing calendar. Is it all about the dollars and cents these days in Southland now when they breed standardbred horses?
But no, there's two lots of people. There's the commercial breeder and then there's the hobby breeder.
What's your percentage of hobby breeders versus commercial in Southland? You think, is it 50-50 split or?
Oh no, 75% hobby breeders. It's 25% commercial.
So what, they just don't want to make money out of it?
No, they want racehorses. The training fees are still reasonably low in Southland. You can race a horse with a friend or just by yourself, and if you win $8,000 for the year, you'll still come out of it pretty nicely. The commercial breeder's got to keep turning over, because if he's breeding 5 this year, if he doesn't turn them over, he's got 5 more the next year, so he's got 10, so he's just got to keep turning over. There was only one Washington in the sale last year, and it got 45,000 out of a 22-year-old mare. So that's why I'm at the Yearling Sales this year, to try and get a slice of that.
Look, you've got to have the basic passion and enjoy working with the animals and seeing what they can do on the track, and seeing them grow and develop from a young horse to, an end racing product. That's part of the excitement, and you ask anyone who's hooked on this game, that's why they get involved.
Oh no, there's love, but I do like to make a profit too. You can't do it for nothing. But if I probably didn't have the horses, I'd have a very flash house in Queenstown.
And the other one, what's the one you're feeding now? The other one's Chuapika Art. She's a half to Galactic Star. It's at a Petrus Star. Chuapika Trick just won at the trials yesterday, 2-year-old half brother to her. I think her track record shows that we've consistently produced horses over a period of time, which is a hard thing to do in this game. So you just got to hope other people realise that and have a go at ours. And
Millions of dollars change hands in Auckland and then Christchurch. These 3 days in late summer are when theories are tested, realities get checked, ledgers are hopefully balanced.
The draft travelled up really good from Invercargill. It was an 8-hour float trip, and they stayed out at Riccarton, and everything arrived here safely and uninjured, so that's always a major part of the yearling prep, is getting them here safely.
When they shifted from the showgrounds, I was in the education office, and I was up at Wellington for a meeting, and the plane on the way home, I got it to take an extra hour or two, and I got a taxi out here and walked around the whole show before the first sale, and asked clients at that stage if we could use the boxes on this corner, and it just turned into a regular thing. And at the moment, I think I might have said to you one other time, we're the oldest sellers at the sales, and so they've been very good to us and letting us keep this corner. Whether it's because of that length of service, I'm not sure.
you get to soak up what's going on in the marketplace from here quite comfortably.
Yeah, that's another point. It's lovely to see people going by, just talking to them, and you don't miss too many.
When you bring them up here, you've got to be a seller. People will buy off you, and you don't know that one you sort of give away for unders can be the one that actually makes the family. So you've basically, my way I do it, I just bring them up here and put them on the market. Hopefully they sell, and you know, if they turn out trumps, you've got repeat business, set you up for next time.
You usually, when you've got a few, you usually get one that goes under what you think, and you get one that goes over what you think. And generally, what you think overall will sort of come out about right.
It was a buyer's market opening day in Auckland. It's the same on the first day in Christchurch. A real test for novices, battling the dream result versus realistic return equation.
I'm a newbie at this. He's the first foal I've ever bred, and look, it's another dimension to horse racing interest. It takes it to a different level. You start following the American stallions and taking interest in what's happening over there, and it's added a whole new level to my interest.
With Mike Turner's progeny, it was a beautiful Mach 3 out of Let Her Talk, only 2 dams on the page.
Well, his full brother Mach 2 sold for 55k, 5 or 6 years ago, and I bought them here, wanted to breed a full brother to him, funnily enough, and so I thought, the family's done really well since then, Ultimate Machete and the Maureen Stream family. You pay quite a lot to get to this point. I haven't actually done the sums at home, but it's not a cheap exercise. Well, 20? Yeah, it would be. It'd be somewhere, if you don't own the land and you're paying for someone to repair the horses and all this, the horses look fantastic today.
That's us, buddy, we're up.
I haven't been here before, so I've been to house auctions and things like that, and there's no way of knowing in advance how it's going to go.
Didn't quite go as planned?
No, but it's it's a very honest system of selling, isn't it? I mean, it's the market determines it on the day, and it is a bit disappointing, but I've got a lovely colt, and I think I'll be taking him home.
I think it was just a reflection of the sale, the price he got, and of course he's got to make the call. As we explained to him too, as soon as you take your horse home, it starts costing. Like, you've got the float trip, you got the breakers, he's a colt, so he'd be castrated. So it just, the costs start adding up. But that's his decision, and as I said, we try to advise him as well as we can.
I was hoping lightning would strike twice in the same place, because last year Shard Farm produced a Mach 3 colt who sold for 200,000, so that wasn't to be.
Thankfully, Mike got an offer closer to his reserve shortly after sales day, and his first colt is on a flight for a future in Western Australia. Early recruits to the StandardBred team, the Shard Farm name is synonymous with Yearling Sales' success.
We couldn't call it Shard Farm because after the winery, so we changed the C to an S, and that's how Shard Farm came about. Smiling Shard was a fortunate thing that I'd done a bit of research on Grin from ear to ear across a panorama mare. Thought I was really clever. Put her in foal, and some would have called him inbred and others called him line bred because he was so good.
Yeah.
No.
But that's the sort of state you need though, Mark, isn't it? That sort of horse.
It is. It was just amazing. We knew as a 2-year-old he was going to make it, because we're up here at Cup Week, must have been about 2009, and Cran said, that horse I bought off you for 42,000 is going in the young gun seat. We thought, that's fantastic.
Come on, mate. Come on. I can still remember yelling at Smiling Shard going around the track when he won the sales series final or something, and the people said, we own the horse, and I said, we bred him, and from that day to this they involved us in everything, and it was just wonderful to be party to it. Good boy.
You think you're onto something?
I just think the brood mare's got it, because we then put her to Christian colour, and we got Pemberton Shard, of course. We had 200,000 for the Mach 3 last year and 14,000 for a changeover this year. It was a bit of a come down. But hey, we're sellers. We don't take colts home with us. There's mares at home. They can't be colts forever, so we just sell.
Like to know more about racing or breeding standardbreds? Find the New Zealand Standardbred Breeders on Facebook or go to the Breeders website. Standardbred is supported by a stable of key players in the New Zealand standardbred breeding and racing industries. Top price over all 3 days of the New Zealand Standardbred Yearling Sales, $220,000 for a Bettor's Delight colt offered by New Zealand's premier stud farm, Woodlands. From the family of champion New Zealand pacer Courage Under Fire, Jesse Duke is destined for an Australasian racing future with all-star stables. In Christchurch, Australian buyers also dominate the most sought-after colts, none more than Neville studs Franco Stallone.
And nice colt, 100, 105 easy, 10 easy, 15, 20, 120. Last call at 190,000. 190, thank you.
The Bettor's Delight colt from American-bred New Zealand raced mare San Rafaela, wanted most by Emilio and Mary Rosati of New South Wales. Australian buyers claimed 30% of the entire Auckland catalogue and 5 of the top 10 lots in Christchurch. Average prices down overall by 7% to 37.8k at Auckland, 27.3 in Christchurch. Almost $11.5 million changed hands across sales week, with as good as 80% of all yearlings offered sold. To join the harness racing and breeding conversation, you can make contact with your Standardbred breeders associations across New Zealand. Like most vendors, the Southlanders are slugging it out in what's proving to be a tough sale for sellers across the board.
20. Can't quite do it.
Do you think you can read what they're thinking on a day like today, or not?
If you start to try and read what everyone's thinking, you'd be mad before you got in the car to go home, or you'd be out of your mind. Like you can't try and analyse it. I remember Mum saying, don't analyse it. We'll just be happy that they've gone to a good home, and we'll go home and get the next lot ready. That's what you've got to do.
Some people have bought off us over a number of years, but every year there's probably somebody new who buys one, and that's a nice part of it too. And nowadays there's some of our mares that have got granddaughters, and other people are selling them. So I saw you interviewing somebody just a few minutes ago.
Michael Turner had one of yours.
Yeah, and
you follow those?
Oh, very closely, yeah.
Almost as much as yours?
Yeah.
How do you go with your prices? Do you set reserves? Or?
Basically, it's a minimum price, and they nearly always meet it.
The ability to read the market and meet it takes experience, skill, and a thick skin, especially when things aren't really going your way.
Whoever came round, I'd show them the horse, and they all looked, got us to walk them out a few times, picked out if there was any faults. They never told me if there was, and they bid accordingly. He's on your side, he's not looking for a fight sort of thing. I got my reserve and a wee bit more for one of them, and I would have liked more, so $20,000. And they didn't really have enough people to bid against them. I'm sure I could have got more with someone to drive them up a fraction, but I'm here to sell, so gone to good homes.
Oi! Oi! What are you doing? We try to keep the dramas to a minimum, but no, we had one that just opened his chest up in the box. Yeah. And looked a bit nasty when the blood was coming out, but we had to ring a vet and go around and he stapled it up, and that's just a superficial wound. Silly boy. That was just bad luck, but no, you hear of dramas that happen every year. Someone gets tipped up in a float, or someone, horse gets away here or something, but that's just all part of the whole thing. But we just try and keep plugging away quietly. Just a bit of drama for the television.
Yeah, I didn't know why Georgie let him go, but she said
So overall, you've got one to go, I think. Is the ledger looking like what you hoped for? Or?
Oh, it'd be nice if this were made enough to pay the commission. Yeah. Hey. Oh shit, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I got waylaid. Bloody holes just don't right. All right.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Well, now that we've lost Mach 3, everyone knows that Art Major and Better's Delight are on limited time, and let's hope they last a while longer yet, but natural attrition, they're not going to go forever. And so that period of time phasing out from them into something else that nobody knows who something else is yet, you know. But these guys here buying, they don't have to figure that out yet. They can talk about it and think about it and all that, but they don't actually have to do it. We got to do it. Never know what's going to happen.
it's good you can see it back here, man.
It's good, yeah, it's good.
It's got him. Right, thanks guys.
Cheers, John. Cheers, mate.
Right,
You happy with that?
yeah, happy with that.
Are you?
Yeah,
Based on what?
based on our wholesale.
Right.
Yeah.
So he wasn't your top lot going through? In your
No.
head?
Oh, in my head it was Roanoke yesterday, the Art Major, and he had the most interest of all of them. How'd you go, Barry? Oh, well done. Thanks. All the best. We're on candid camera. Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, out of a really good mare, and he carried himself well. Good back end on him, a nice head, and yeah, he had a bit of presence about him. He sort of stuck out a little bit, you know.
And so I was just saying to John, I thought that, you bought him for a nice price, I thought.
Yeah, well, I thought he may have been go for a bit more, but it's a good cross. It's worked well, so that was important as well. Yeah.
So you're quite happy with the bloodlines then? They don't put out a bad product?
No, they don't.
Yeah, all good.
All right, no, that'll be great. Thanks. Talk some more.
Good as gold.
We'll see you up there in a week or two.
That'll be great.
Yeah. Those stitches are going to just come out in 10 days.
Yeah.
Getting a prized colt into the sales ring in one piece is the final challenge for a commercial breeder like John Stiven. The constant is keeping a step ahead of the market year to year.
We've had a reasonable sale. We sold a three-quarter brother to Bodine Boaz and Bodine Bad Babe for 57 to Ray Green, which is repeat business, so you're always happy to see that. Arden Lodge has had some pretty nice sales, very nice sales really. So yeah, we've had some good sales, but it's tough.
For Arden Lodge, the books are balanced, next season's service fees are covered, and there's even some in the bank for a rare rainy day down south.
We've come here for many years now, and some years it all works and some years it doesn't, and you either keep doing your knitting or you go home and reassess. It's quite funny, one or two have said about that it's hard to get consistency. But like that boy there's out of Winter Road, he's on his way to Australia to Jeff Webster, and that's huge for us, having guys like that coming over and buying this sort of a horse that we can dish up, so it's good all round.
People know that we brought them here to sell, and that we've had some years when we felt that we've been hit a bit, and other years when we feel we've done a hell of a well.
So you just take it as it comes? Rely on your reputation?
That's right, and hopefully a winner come up again.
And if you don't get the right sort of price, you just lower the sunglasses and...
That's right.
Ache inwardly.
We still go, well, I don't know about we ate too much, we go home and have a whiskey.
Yeah, so your sellers, you sell everything, but what's with buying one? You just...
Well, buyer's market. Mark and I talked about earlier this year about actually extending our brood mare band to another good family. And we looked at some of the families in the latter part of the sale after our horses had actually been sold, so we knew what we were dealing with and how much we could spend. It's a well said out of Art Lover, which is from Undercover Lover's family. We said that has to be the biggest bargain of the sale. It's a very good family, only 2 dams on the page, and the mare's proven, Art Lover's proven. and we're fortunate enough to get her. Then when I had a look at her, she's actually banged one of her knees. But it's only for us, we don't even mind if she doesn't race, you see. But for a racing proposition, I think she probably would be a bit dodgy. But we're prepared to turn her out for 2 years and then race her, see how she goes.
Our thoughts from now to spring are all about what our mares are going to mate with. And some of them have to be booked basically now because those top stallions get booked out so quick. So the decision we make from now until this spring is 3 years till today, till we get back here to sell those thoughts. Whereas the buyers, they're here in 3 years' time and their thoughts come in a month or so before when they start doing their homework. They don't have to think 3 years out in the crystal ball like we do.
Georgina Gabriel with 2.
I think as a group, the StandardBred boys, there'll be some disappointments, which there always is, but there's other relations too. You think, your unders and overs, some horses you think might not bring too much and somebody takes a liking to them and only takes 2 people, and away it goes. You and the bloody weather packed in. Johnny will be on the oysters. His shout tonight, he's had the top price for StandardBred, so it's rule of thumb every year that best StandardBred takes the rest of the team out for a meal.
It's a positive group, but we usually get a turn at buying the oysters at the first meeting, and this year it's us. Bring it on.
So a new wave of harness races get a breather before the breaking in process starts. They'll be sorted into 2-year-old runners or time leaders. A few will be time wasters. But more than should will light up the tote boards and race tracks across Australasia. Then the source, select, sell and succeed sequence will start again for the world-class New Zealand StandardBred.